We begin with some breaking news. Karl Ravech joins us now. Ravich, so much pessimism about getting this baseball season up and running. What can you tell us about a potential return of Major League Baseball right now?
Well, this morning, Major League Baseball sent a proposal to the Players Association, basically looking at the 114-game proposal that the players had made and the 82 games that were out there at one point, and moving off this 48 to 50-game schedule and saying, we are now willing to play 76 games, more games than 48 and 50, 76 games. The prorated salary will be at 75%. There's no sliding scale, which was a thorn with a lot of the folks in the Players Association, that certain players were getting penalized more than others. This is a 75% of your full salary over the course of 76 games for everybody. Major League Baseball got rid of what was always an issue for players, draft pick compensation. There was the idea that teams would be reluctant to sign a player. Yankees signed Garrett Cole. They forfeited a future draft pick. That will be eliminated, which will allow teams to sign players and not lose a future draft pick. There will be a compensation pick given to these other teams. It is an effort, at the very least, to show that Major League Baseball is interested in playing more baseball games. They do want to play more games. That was something the association, and there was some narrative out there that Major League Baseball is not interested in more games. If the players, and early reaction to this from the players is, we want 100% of our salary, and that's it. If that is, in fact, the line in the sand or even the line in the cement, I think we're going to be looking at a 48 to 50-game season, which will start at some point in July, end in September with a playoffs in October. This generates roughly, according to a source, $200 million more in salary to the players. And rather than what feels like an olive branch, it feels more like a thorn bush that they don't want to touch. Now, I know Jeff Passan's going to come on a little later and give some more of the player response, but this has to do with a 76-game season. There is no 114 games on the table because health experts are suggesting there's going to be a real likelihood of a second outbreak of coronavirus, and having a season interrupted or a postseason interrupted would be economically catastrophic to both sides.
All right, well, there's some good news here. I mean, frankly, the reporting last week from MLB was they were not going to make a counteroffer, and now they have done just that. Our Karl Ravech giving us that breaking news. Much more on this coming up.
ESPN's MLB insider Jeff Passan joins us now with more. So, Jeff, what was the process in terms of amending this proposal? What concessions, real ones, do you think that Major League Baseball made in order to try to move this forward and salvage the season?
Well, Hannah, from the players' perspective, MLB really didn't make any concessions. But from the league side, they are going to be paying under this proposal significantly more money toward the players. Now, we have to make sure that we understand what the difference between the money and the guaranteed money is. It's almost like an NFL type deal right here, because while in the original proposal for 82 games, there was about $1.03 billion in guaranteed money, this deal offers about $989 million in guaranteed money. The reason for that is because it would be 6 fewer games than in the original deal. But what Major League Baseball is adding is another $200+ million if a postseason is played. And that's a big caveat, Hannah, because Major League Baseball's biggest fear throughout this whole process is that a second wave of coronavirus would come along and all of October and the television money that comes with it would be canceled.
Okay, so that $200 million would be off the table in a proposal that at least they're hoping takes a step closer to what the players are asking for. But let's look at what Andrew McCutchen had to say on Twitter shortly after this report came out, and that says it all. LOL. What is the sentiment? And I know this has just happened, Jeff. This news just breaking, but what is the sentiment, the reaction you're hearing from players?
Yeah, it just happened, but the reaction was relatively unanimous from players. And here's the thing, Hannah. I've been writing about baseball for upward of 20 years now. I have not seen the players coalesce around an idea of getting full 100% pay on their salary I haven't seen them coalesce around an idea like I have seen them do that right now. They want their full prorated salary. And under the terms of this deal, Major League Baseball is offering the same thing it did the first time around, 50% prorated pay, only there would be more money on top of that via playoff games, which would take them up to about 75%. It's not going to get done at this rate. And the question at this point is, what do the players counter with? Major League Baseball is hoping to have an answer back by Wednesday, because every single day, Hannah, that there is not an answer is a day that we don't have baseball. Now, there are other elements in this proposal. For example, Major League Baseball said that we're going to get rid of draft pick compensation. That's something that could be worth, $75 to $100 million. Still not going to be enough, though, and there's a lot of progress to be made until we have, ultimately, what could be a 48-game season.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.